Hello everybody and welcome back to the HermitCraft server. So yeah, it's been a little bit of time since my last episode and people are asking me, what's up, why I haven't posted a video, am I dead, other things like that. Well, no guys, I'm not. I thought I made it pretty clear that I was going to MineCon, but apparently some people didn't know. But yep, that is the case. I did go to MineCon, which means I went to France, first Euro trip. Had to get the passport and all that other stuff. I've never really been out of the country, except for Mexico, when I was younger. But I don't really count that as really being out of the country. I was living in Southern California at the time, so it was pretty much like 100-mile away drive by a car. It's not like I had to take a plane overseas to go somewhere. But yeah, that's where I was. I was at MineCon, and I had a blast. Now, you might notice something wrong with my voice. It turns out I picked up some kind of a cold, and it just hit me last night. I got back from the airport last night, I guess yesterday in the afternoon. Last night, I noticed a little twinge in the back of my throat, and yeah, it's gotten to the point where I got a little bit of a sore throat right now. I went to the store this morning, bought a whole bunch of medicines. I think I've been taking Dayquil and just a bunch of other, anti-cold stuff. So my voice sounds a little hoarse or crackly or whatever. That is the case. That's why. MineCon. That was a whole lot of fun. So before I left, I was told that there is global data. You got to worry about that. Like if you want internet connectivity, you need to call your cellular service and tell them that you want to have data on, overseas or whatever. Otherwise, you're going to get charged a lot of money. So I called up my internet service provider and I told them that I wanted global data. I wanted the global phone in case people wanted to call me, all of that stuff. I think it was $30 $30 per month for the basic package, and it kind of lowers how much your per minute cost is on your phone. And you get up to, 100 megabytes worth of data, which isn't a lot. And yeah, for that $25 or $30 or whatever it was. So I got that package, and I was all afraid that if I use the global data that, I would be charged a whole lot of money, because 100 megabytes really isn't that much, especially like if you accidentally go to YouTube or something like that and you stream a video. It can add up really, really fast. So I avoided doing all of those things that really eat the bandwidth, and I only used it for Twitter and I guess emails and things like that, so I was able to check that stuff while I was away. But I have an Android phone. I didn't realize that you have to go into the options and actually turn on global roaming data or whatever they call it in there. So I did that after the second day, found out where that setting was, and then I was able to get the global data. So I was able to keep in contact. Before that, I was, relying on the Wi-Fi they had around. There's something called like Orange Wi-Fi. I think it might be the Euro Disney specific Wi-Fi to connect to their thing. But yeah, it worked where it worked, but overall it was probably one of the crappiest Wi-Fi services I've seen, and I had to pay for it too. I think it was something like €10 for a day's worth of use on it or something like that. And if you're not European, the conversion rate, I'm doing this completely wrong. The conversion rate for euros to dollars is something like, I'm trying to think and do things at the same time. It's not working. It's like €1 equals $1.50 US. So it's something like that. So I was paying $15 basically to use spotty Wi-Fi for the first day and a half or so, and yeah, it was pretty terrible. But yeah, I finally figured out, turn on the global data roaming thingy, and putting this away, and yeah, I was able to get the signal all the time, which was really good. Able to check my Wi-Fi, or check my email, post to Twitter, all that stuff. But yeah, the trip there, pretty crazy. Let's see what happened. First of all, is I got to the airport from my place. I live not where they have, not where they have, a direct flight to. Man, I'm trying to talk at the same time and it's not working. I don't live in a place where I have a direct flight from France, so I had to do a connecting flight. Let's see, where do I want this? I want this, I guess, about right there. Yeah, so I had to take a connecting flight from my smaller airport over to a larger airport hub, which would be Salt Lake City, was the closest one to where I live. Let's see, I want to try and do this without breaking too many naturally occurring blocks like leaves and things like that. I don't want the jungle to be ruined. I just want to try and get some villagers over to, over to where the iron farm is. If I could do this right. But yeah, the flight from my smaller airport over to Salt Lake City wasn't bad at all. It was only like a 1 hour flight, no problems. Got there, got to the airport, got on the plane. Plane took off. We're all good. Okay, so we get to Salt Lake City, and gosh, we the plane starts boarding, right? So we get on the plane, and then why can I not place a block? Is this vine preventing me? Place block. Okay. We get to Salt Lake City, and there was like a 3-hour layover where we just had to wait for the plane. And so, whatever, walked around, grabbed some food, things like that. So we get on the plane, right? They're like boarding, saying like the priority seats can board, and then they're like, okay, if you're in these rows, you can board and all that stuff. So we wait the time, boarding happens. The plane's supposed to leave at like, I don't know, 5 in the afternoon or 3 in the afternoon or whatever it was. So we're on the plane. Everybody's got their devices turned off. We're waiting for the plane to start up and us to start taxiing down the rail or down the airway. And about 15 minutes after the plane was supposed to leave, they gave us a message over the PA system or the intercom inside the plane, and they're like, we're having problems and we need to replace or repair the air conditioning unit. Okay, whatever, they have problems, nothing's ever going to be perfect. So we're sitting there and we're waiting for that to happen. They said it was only going to take 15 or 30 more minutes. So we're all sitting there waiting, no big deal. It's getting hot on the plane by this time because the air conditioner is off. They're trying to repair it. And then they say, well, they can't repair it. They have to replace it. So they told us that it's going to be like another hour, and it would probably be best for everybody to get off the plane and just wait in the airport. So we do that. We get off the plane. We wait in the airport. And then they said that they would give us a $6 voucher so we can go eat or, things like that. So that's kind of cool. So we get off the plane. People who needed food grabbed some food. I wasn't really hungry since I'd already ate, so I went to like a Jamba Juice place or whatever and, just had like a juice drink with my $6 voucher. So the time comes back around, it's like an hour later, and then they said that they actually could not fix the air conditioner and that we would have to take the plane over to Atlanta and get off the plane, get onto another plane, the exact same type of plane, and continue our trip from there. Man, it was like delay after delay. The thing is, though, they said that the travel time from Salt Lake to France was supposed to be like a 9-hour flight. So, okay, that's fine. But then we take the plane and we go to Atlanta, which is like on the other side of the United States, which is closer to France from where we started. And then they said, it was like a 6-hour trip or something like that. But when we got on the plane again, they're like, "Oh, well, now it's 6 more hours to get to, or 9 more hours to get to France." It's like it didn't take any time off of the whole travel, the entire trip, by going to Atlanta, which is closer. I don't understand how that works. Maybe they got their times wrong. I don't know. But yeah, it was just like delay after delay, and it was such a pain. But one of the good things about that flight was the lady who was sitting next to me on the plane decided to move to another seat. I was flying in a 767, and the seating arrangements on those is like 2 per side and then 3 in the middle, and there's 2 separate aisles for people to walk and the stewardesses or whatever, flight attendants to walk. That's not going to work, is it? Dang. I have to do something here. Let's see. But yeah, so I was sitting in a window seat, so I ended up getting 2 seats to myself, which was nice for me to be able to stretch out. I'm kind of tall, I have long legs, so riding coach isn't exactly the most fun thing to do. Let's see, can I put a block? I'm gonna have to do something funny here, I think, to get this to work right, because this will not work. Let's do that. Get these blocks back. So yeah, it was kind of nice having, you know, the 2 seats to myself. If I do that, place a block here. Right, so that should work. Okay, yeah, we want to get the villagers over here so I can get this thing actually working. I also want to try and get these villagers over here and do like an infinite breeding thing so I can, you know, move them around a lot quicker so I don't have to cart them all the way from over there to over here. Let's see. So from this point, I don't think... Yeah, I think I want to put it right here. Put another cobble. Yeah, because then you can bend it. It doesn't really work if it's going diagonal to a bend. Okay, and then we can go this way. That'll be a good bend there. Awesome. Okay, so I think in order to get them into here... Well, I don't know. I think I want them to kind of stop in a certain spot. That way you can break the minecart and then push them in. Let's see. Maybe something like this. Just kind of breaking all these half slabs here for the ceiling. So bend it around one more time. Then they should land right up in here. They can probably put some kind of a barrier so they don't go everywhere. I'll probably figure out a better way to do this eventually. But we just want to get these guys in here for now. Okay, so they come down here. Their minecart lands. I break it. They magically pop out over in this area, and then I just kind of push them in. They won't... They shouldn't walk off this direction, I don't think. Okay. Should be good. We need to hook this back up over here and try and get them into the minecarts. Building and talking. I'm trying to get a little bit better at that and might be stumbling over my story a bit. Sorry about that if I have been. So let's see. We want them to come up here. And I think these are probably all going to be powered rails. I'm just going to go and break this. We want them to come up here. This is going to be fun. Let's see. How am I going to do that? Probably got the stair step them down just like this and break some of the blocks on the outside wall, but this has to happen to get the villagers up there. Made plenty of powered rail for this, so this should work. Whoops. And then now we're at ground level. Good. Okay, so let's break this thing. And all these extra blocks. You have to figure out a way to power this too. Probably put a switch or a lever underneath it. So powered rails. Let's do this. We want these powered all the way up. Let's see. Try and get this done so I can do some things that don't require a lot of thought while I'm talking about my MineCon trip. Let's see. Get that. Okay, that should be good. That should power him a good distance. We got a skeleton over here. Look at this guy. Can't see because of the vine. Now he will. You're dead. Okay, so I'm probably going to want some powered rails here too. I don't know how much momentum these guys are going to have, but I know they won't go for forever. Maybe I'll put another one here. Oh, and it's raining. Lovely. I'm going to do what people tell me to do and put the particles on minimum. Or decrease, maybe? That should shut the rain up. Hey, you jerk. Okay, so maybe minimum was not the right one. What else we got here? Options. Oh, minimal. I put on decrease. There we go. Ah, silence. Very cool. Okay, so did I put that powered rail there? No, I didn't. So let's put this powered rail and probably another one here. Where'd that track go? There it is. And these are all powered rails all the way up here. Very good. Okay, now let's kind of get some tracks over here. Or like that. Okay. Now I kind of want to put a glass block in here so I can get these guys into a minecart. They can go through this wall, not suffocate. So let me go down, grab some glass. We'll replace those real quick. Get those guys into the minecarts. And continue the story. Okay, so if I break that top block, they are just gonna jump out. Can I push you out of the way? Will you leave this corner, please? No. What can I do? If I break this block, they're gonna jump up, or they're gonna be pushed over into here. Okay, so if I do this and this, I cover that up. Maybe I should have left a block down below. This way they can't jump up on that block. Can I move you, please? There we go. Break this guy. There we go. They can't jump out. They got nowhere to go. I don't want to trade with you. There we go. Glass block. Do I have silk touch on me? I don't, but that's fine. I'll just break this glass. Okay, so that will get them through. Very good. And let's see. Do I want a powered rail? I guess the powered rail won't hurt. I do need a bunch of levers to power all this stuff, and then we can get these guys moving. So back to the story. So while we're at Atlanta, we switch planes. They take our plane away, and they said that we have to wait for the new plane to arrive because it hasn't reached that airport yet. So we're sitting there waiting, and they said they're gonna provide snacks for us while we wait. I think we ended up waiting there at Atlanta for 2 or 3 hours. I can't remember how long it was, but they brought out like all the airplane food, like all the little bags of peanuts and pretzels. They had all sorts of different soft drinks there. Let's see, what was I gonna do? I was gonna grab some levers. So it should be my redstone chest. But yeah, that was, a fun experience. By fun, I mean it wasn't fun at all. So yeah, at this point, we're in Atlanta waiting on the plane. I think it's been something like, I don't know, 10 hours, 12 hours since I've been at airports and just waiting to get to my destination. Not fun at all. So we finally get on the plane. It's the same seating assignment since it's the same plane. So I end up being in a seat with nobody sitting next to me once again, which was nice. So yeah, I tried sleeping on the flight, which kind of worked, but sleeping on planes really isn't something that you can do if you're not used to it. I mean, with all the noise around, the different people around, all the different sounds and things happening like that, just kind of uncomfortable, I guess. I did have headphones and had those on playing music. They kind of have noise cancellation in them, so it wasn't completely terrible. But yeah, I think I fell asleep during that time, maybe for 2 or 3 hours. All I know is I woke up a few times just completely dehydrated, not feeling good. Yeah, it was just not a fun trip at that point. Let's see if I can break this. I can put a lever right next to it. Yep, just like that. I do have a minecart on me. Let's see what happens here. If I put a minecart there, we got a guy. Oh yeah, this is 1.4.5, and the minecarts kind of do like this glitchy thing. Oh, why'd you come back? What? Oh, there was a cat on the track. Oh, I just pushed it back again. You gonna run into your buddies, come back. It looked like he took some damage for some reason. Okay, let's follow you. Looks like he's making it. Is he gonna go in? No. Okay, so I can still get my minecart back. He's gonna kind of jump around when I break that block. Hopefully he stays within this area. I don't want to lose that minecart, and I don't want him to escape. Okay, so there he is. Let me just go ahead and push you. Aha. So there's our first villager in there, so that wasn't too bad. I need one more in here, and then we got to extend the track around to these other cells. They'll start breeding up, and we should be able to get our village started here. Well, at least the iron golems. We need, what is it, 16 villagers, so 4 per thing. I mean, it could be 5 in one, 3 in the other. It doesn't necessarily have to be 4 per. But yeah, we need to get those going so we can get the iron golems spawning. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so we left Atlanta, and at this time it was like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., I don't even know. It was late, and I had been at the airport and on planes and things like that for forever. So we leave, it was like nighttime. We get on the plane, like I said, same seating assignments and all that stuff. We are flying, and it gets to daytime, but by this time I've been on planes for like 15 hours or something like that. I'm just tired, so I'm trying to sleep. Everybody closes like the sun shades. Everybody's pretty much in the same boat I am, where it's just ridiculously long how long this trip's been going for. So everybody tries to sleep, and then by the time the plane lands, it's nighttime again. So we left and we arrived at night, and we had been on the plane for like 9 hours or 10 hours or however long it's been. Oh man, it was quite the experience for sure. So we get to France and I don't speak any French at all, and of course everybody at the airport pretty much speaks French only. Which, you know, I can't fault them for that. I mean, that's their country and their language, so, you know, no big deal. But I'm trying to read signs. The signs are both in French and English for the most part. Trying to read signs, trying to find like a sign that says, oh, you want to go to Disney? You go this way for like, you know, the bus or the transportation, or, you know, whatever. So I'm looking around for like 5 minutes. Now it's been like 18 hours since I've had sleep. I've been on planes for like that long, planes and airports, and so I finally find a sign that's a taxi. It's like, okay, I understand what that is. And I go outside to the taxis, and I was like, okay, I'm going to get a taxi, just go to the Disney. I don't care what it costs. I just want to get to my hotel and be done with it. Oh, wait a second. I needed to move the track so we could put the villagers in the other ones. So I get to the taxi place, and the first taxi's there. The guy's like, takes my bag. He's like opening up the trunk, all speaking French. He does not speak a lick of English. And I'm like, do you take credit cards? I'm like, Visa. Show him my card. And he's like, no. And I was just like, okay. And so I'm wondering at that point, do none of the taxis take credit cards, or what am I going to have to do? Is there an ATM around? Basically, what it boiled down to is some taxis take credit cards, some do not. That was just happened to be one that did not take any credit cards at all. And they had me wait for another taxi to come by who actually had like a credit card machine or something in there. So it wasn't too long of a wait. I think I had to wait like 5 minutes or something like that. I can't get over there, can I? Let me break these blocks. I don't need those here anymore. I can actually fill up the roof here. These guys breeding? Oh, it doesn't look like they've bred yet. But they will. There's plenty of doors around. So let me go ahead and plug that hole. Goodbye, guys. Have fun in there. You can probably break these too. And plug that up. Okay, good. So they had me wait for the next taxi to come by. And that guy spoke a little bit of English. It wasn't quite the language barrier, but this guy still spoke pretty much primarily French, which again, you know, we're in France, to be expected that not everybody will speak perfect English or whatever, so that's fine. So I tell him, like, I want to go to Disney, and he's like, Disney? Asking me all questioningly. I'm like, yep, that's where I want to go, Disney. He's like, he writes it down on paper, and he writes out Disneyland, and he's like, that's where you want to go, right? Disneyland? I'm like, yep, that's the place. So he asked me what hotel I'm going to, and I told him it's the Sequoia Hotel. So he's like, okay. So he's like messing with his GPS the entire time. I can watch him do this. Like, the GPS is in English, or at least it has some English words on it. And I see him playing with it, trying to find the one that says Sequoia Hotel, and he can't find it at all. So he's all using his GPS and zooming in like... Oh, I probably don't want to put it right there. He's trying to zoom into the place and just get, you know, close to where the hotel would be. And let's see, I want to probably break that block. And we're going to want to put some kind of a barrier up around here. So these, whoops, placing blocks everywhere. So these guys don't escape. And right around here. But long story short about the taxi ride, he can't find the hotel. And he zooms in on the Disney area, and we get to Disney. And this was like a 40-minute taxi ride. I'm all watching the counter going up and up and up. I have no idea how much this is costing because I don't know the conversion rate at this point. I never really bothered to, you know, find out how much a euro was compared to the American dollar. And by the time I get there, it's like 80, 85 euro or something like that. So I did the conversion, and it's like $140, I think. Is that right? No, it's like 120. It's something like that. It's like €1 is like $1.50 American. So 40-minute. Oh, the game just froze. I'm gonna cycle fraps real quick. Okay, I think we're back. Looks like we're recording. So 40 minutes, 80 euro or 90 euro or whatever it was. So much money. And later I find out that there's actually a train that goes from Disney to the airport that costs 17 euro and it takes 12 minutes. Oh man. I wish I would have known about that at the time. So much money I could have saved. So ridiculous. But yeah, finally get to the hotel. 40 minutes later, 80 euro later, and just trying to register for it. He drops me off at the front gate at the registration office. So I go in there, and did I have that all set up over there? I can't remember. Did I place tracks? I think I did. Hopefully I did. So I go to the registration office. I wait in line. There's like, I don't know, 15, 20 people in front of me. I'm waiting there for like a half an hour. So tired from the plane ride. And then the taxi ride and just everything that day. And then I get to the front of the desk. I'm like, yep, I want registration to have all my information. I gave it to them. They're like, oh, nope, you can't register here. You have to go over to the group registration, which is around the corner. So I had to go back outside, wait in another line. It wasn't that big. It was only like 2 or 3 people in front of me at that time. But, oh, it's just one thing after another. And it was like the longest day ever. I need to get you in there. Don't you try and walk away. It's a block and a half. You can't jump up there. Go into... Oh, I should probably do that so he can't escape. Come on. Why are you trying to get over there? You can't get over there. I don't want to hit him. Maybe I do. Get over there. Oh, come on. Really? This guy just does... Where are you trying to go? There's like nothing over there. Oh, he's probably trying to get away from a zombie or something, right? No, there's like nothing down below. I hear a zombie though. I don't... Oh, look at you in your full chain armor. You got... Oh, you gonna drop some chainmail for me? No, of course not. Wasted all that time, drop down here for nothing. So there's another zombie. It looks like he's on a mission to go somewhere. I wonder if he's trying to get to the villagers. That's something I gotta be aware of, like, while I'm transporting these guys, that zombies can't get to them. Let's see. I think it would probably be fast if I ender pearl back up. Let's do that. Is that gonna work? I don't think that's gonna work. Nope. Oh, man. But yeah, so I finally get the group registration. I get all registered to go into MineCon, get my hotel room, all that's... Come on, guy. Get out of there. Why are you being so difficult about this? Oop. I'm just going to break the block you are standing on. You will just drop down in there. This is getting ridiculous. Okay. Fall down. I'll lose that block. That's fine. I'll leave that open for the... No, I don't want to do that because the minecart might fall in there or something. We will do that. Just bring another guy over here. Okay, so finally registered. Get to my hotel room. Start unpacking and all that stuff. And I wanted to get internet in the room, so first I thought I'd use that Wi-Fi, which kind of worked, but it was spotty at best. I think I talked about that a little bit earlier. And then they had the in-room internet where I could hook my laptop into like the cord. So I did that, but that was like €15 per day. But that one actually worked pretty good. So I was like, okay, you know, we'll hook the laptop up. Oh, jump up, this is such a pain. We'll hook the laptop up, have some proper internet access and all that stuff. But that in-room internet access is so ridiculous. Like, not only is it expensive, I think it's like 30 American dollars per day, €15. No, it'd be like 20. I don't know, whatever the conversion rate is. I'm not mathing right now. But like after every hour or so, it just stopped working because it was based on like a cookie in your internet browser, and that cookie like would go away after so long. Are you just gonna be easy and let me push you in there? No, you're gonna be a jerk face too. Okay, down you go. Okay, so now we got two of these guys in there. But yeah, I got the internet working in there. It's like €15 per day. Another ridiculous amount of money. I'm sure it's just because it's Disney and they're just trying to, you know, get you for every nickel and dime. Just because it's like a tourist destination or whatever. But I probably would have saved a lot of money, not only from the orange Wi-Fi, like I was talking about earlier. Is there like a zombie spawner down there? My gosh. How many zombies are down there? What the heck? Look at these guys. Get out of here. Guess I'll put a torch right here, stop things from spawning. But yeah, the internet there, just to use it, is so pricey. I wish I would have figured out that the global data thing to begin with, but I mean, that still only works on my phone, and I don't really have any way to do like the mobile hotspot from my laptop, or from my phone to my laptop. So yeah, just kind of went with the in-room internet, and then the global data. Once I figured out how that worked, I should probably eat something. Let's see. But yeah, at that point, I got the internet working in the room, and I was just like done for the day. It was such a long day. Went to bed, and I didn't wake up till like, oh, I don't even know, like, it was probably like 8 a.m. the next day. And I think by the time I went to bed, it was like 9 p.m. There in France. But it was really like, I'd been up for something like 22 hours or something at that point. I don't know. I was up for so long. But yeah, I went to bed, and then I was sleeping pretty much until like 8 a.m. like I said. And then I woke up, showered, got dressed, but then I laid back on the bed, and I was out. Like, I slept for pretty much until 4 p.m. that day. Oh, jet lag and all the travel just got to me. Man, so crazy. So this has been more of a talky episode than anything. I'm kind of sick right now. I still recovering from jet lag. Don't really have a lot of time because I've been sleeping a lot, trying to, get unjet lagged. Let's see. I think there's probably a better way to do this. I think I saw King Daddy D-Mac. He was putting like the blocks for the minecarts around the edges like that. It's probably something I should do as opposed to like putting them right through the center of these things. Yeah, this is probably a smarter way to do it. How far out? One more. But yeah, this is stuff that I need to get done. It's been, I think at this time, might be 9 or 10 days since my last video upload. Like, it has been way longer than I ever expected it to be. But yeah, I was preparing for MineCon. And I'll connect this over here somehow. Probably right over there. Yeah, I was preparing for MineCon, getting like all my travel plans in order, and it ended up slacking. I really wanted to get like some videos recorded to upload and have them, go live while I was gone, but just never got around to doing that. Just so busy and oh man. But yeah, I do want to get this iron farm all hooked up. It's the last process to get this going, and in fact I don't even think I need to fill up the other 2 cells over there, but I do want to have villagers in all of these, so right in here becomes the actual center of the village, because right now it's something like right here would be the center of the village, and that's not what we want. We want the iron golems to spawn in here, not like have a chance of spawning. I don't think they could actually spawn over here and fall down, but yeah, you want them to be able to spawn the center just so they have like all this room to be able to spawn. Let me just go ahead and break this stuff. Any of you guys breed yet? No, it doesn't look like they have. I should check the other one and see. Because these guys aren't breeding. I might have done something wrong, although I don't see what I could have done wrong. Oh, yep, there's a little baby in there. I just lost that half slab. Oh, I could probably jump in there and pearl out with it. Let's see, pearl. Can I hit something with that pearl? That right there. Very good. And plugged. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so I wanted to get more villagers over here. I need to lay down the track for this one. Should have plenty of rail to do this. I might have to put another power rail. I don't know how much or how far this is going to go without needing to be pushed. But, I guess I also don't need them to be pushed by powered rails. I can just push them manually once in the cart. And over here, this takes up most of the work. Oh, I'm out of rail. 12 powered rail left. I'm not going to place that down. Tell you what, guys, let me check the length of this video, and I see that spider up there all by himself just sitting on top of that tree. That's kind of funny. Did he spawn up there or what? I'm not sure. Hey, spider. Hey, spider. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to check the time on this video, see how much longer we have left, and I will be right back. Oh my goodness, guys. So I just went through the video and noticed that I've recorded almost 40 minutes worth of footage. Man, that's a lot longer than I was actually planning on doing. I also noticed that I was repeating myself a little bit in my story. Yeah, that's because I don't really do a lot of building and storytelling at the same time. Actually, I don't really do a lot of storytelling generally. But yeah, sorry about that. Practice will make perfect. I do have a lot more story to talk about for MineCon, but that's going to have to wait for probably next episode. I'm sure you guys want to hear more about, meeting Generic B and the other HermitCrafters and the Minecrafters and all that stuff. But yep, that'll be next episode. We're out of time for today. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time, where hopefully I won't be as sick.